Hello children, welcome to English Minglish with Kashish. Yes, I hope you're enjoying all my chapters that I'm doing with you. I hope they're helping you out in everything. You're solving the questions, understanding the chapter, summary, glossary. I'm trying to cover everything in every chapter for you. Today we have English third language chapter, The Tiger and the Deer. Okay, this is the poetry unit 2 and it is written by Sri Aurobindo. It is the page 16 of your English textbook. Okay, so first before we begin the chapter, can you see the two words? One is a tiger, ferocious, big, strong, powerful, and one is the deer, soft, gentle, isn't it? So these are two very different characters. One is very powerful, one is not. One is very soft and polite. Will the tiger eat the deer? Yes, with his utmost power and his strongness, he will run, catch the deer and eat him. This usually happens in the real life too. That's what the poet wants to tell us. The powerful people come and catch the low powerful people and eat them up. This is what is happening everywhere. You remember Hitler, how powerful he was? What did he do? By his power, he made everyone scared and he ruled for the lot of time, isn't it? Even when Britishers had come to India, how powerful were they? They ruled our India for such a long time. But ultimately what happened? We fought our battles. So ultimately even the low powerful people will come up. They will fight their battles and come up. And one day the deer will understand and run away. Yes. So how has the poet explained this to us? Let's see by this poetry. So first I will tell you a little bit about Sri Aurobindo. He was an Indian nationalist poet. This is the poet. He was a philosopher, spiritual guru and was born in Calcutta on 15th August 1872. Sri Aurobindo spent his formative years in England studying at St. Paul's and Trinity College where he excelled in the study of literature and the classics. He has established an ashram in Pondicherry. I am sure you all must have heard about the Aurobindo ashram. He has been the spiritual guru for so many disciples. His main works are, remember, The Life Divine, The Synthesis of Yoga, Essays on the Gita and Savitri. Through his writings and poetry, he left a legacy which reflected his hopes of a golden future for humanity. Sri Aurobindo entered Mahasamadhi on December 5th, 1950. That means he died on December 5th, 1950. Okay, moving on, let's start the poem. You have a pre-reading activity just before the poem. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. This is said by John Keats. Animals have a much better attitude to life and death than human beings. They sense the death when time approaches, like the picture. See, the deer got to know that the tiger is approaching. They can sense that my time of death is close. The concept of good and evil, right and wrong, innocent and cruel, life and death, etc. of human world do not apply to the world of the wild. But read the poem and try to understand the theme. Now the tiger will eventually catch the deer and eat him up. So in our life, in human life, this does not happen. If we sense something wrong happening, we take action, don't we? So these concepts you should remember: good and evil, right and wrong, innocent and cruel, life and death. Okay, so I'm going to read the poem first for you. The Tiger and the Deer. Brilliant, crouching, slouching, what crept through the green heart of the forest? Gleaming eyes and mighty chest and soft, soundless paws of grandeur and murder. The wind slipped through the leaves as if afraid lest its voice and the noise of its steps perturb the pitiless splendor, hardly daring to breathe. But the great beast crouched and crept and crept and crouched a last time, noiseless, fatal, till suddenly death leaped on the beautiful wild deer as it drank unsuspecting from the great pool in the forest's coolness and shadow. And it fell, and torn, died, remembering its mate, left soul in the deep woodland, destroyed the mild, harmless beauty by the strong, cruel beauty of nature. But a day may yet come when the tiger crouches and leaps no more in the dangerous heart of the forest, as the mammoth shakes no more the plains of Asia. Still then shall the beautiful white deer drink from the coolness of great pools in the leaves' shadow. The mighty perish in their might, the slain survive the slayer. The ends it with the slain survive the slayer. Okay, let's start one by one explanation. Brilliant, crouching, slouching, what crept through the green heart of the forest? In the heart of the forest, what is brilliant? They are saying the tiger. What is crouching means? Bending little bit, okay? So crouching and slouching are almost the same, but slouching is little bit your back up, okay? How does he come out? Slowly, crouching and slouching through the greens of the forest. What crept? Crept means slowly coming out. What is coming out of the forest? Gleaming eyes and mighty chest, very proud of himself. He is the king of the jungle, isn't it? And soft, soundless of grandeur and murder. So his eyes are gleaming. There's light in his eyes. And his mighty chest, he is full proud of himself, and soft, soundless of grandeur and murder. What is in his mind? His mind is playing, he is making a game for a murder, isn't it? His eyes are showing that I am planning for a murder. The wind slipped through the leaves as if afraid, lest its voice and the noise of its steps perturb, disturb gently, confusion. So wind is flowing. It doesn't know what's happening, but it looks like even the wind is afraid of the footsteps approaching, and it disturbs their calmness. Okay? There's a lot of confusion happening there because of the footsteps. The pitiless splendor, the cruel, merciless. He doesn't have any pity on anyone. What is splendor? Glorious. It's like he's big, giant, he looks brilliant, but he has no pity for anyone. He doesn't even think before killing anyone. Hardly daring to breathe. Yes, the way he's coming, he's even not breathing properly because he's planning a murder. But the great beast crouched and crept. Crouched, came out slowly and crept and crept and crouched a last time. The last time he crouched, noiseless, fatal, now ending in death. It's going to cause a death. Something is going to cause death. What? Till suddenly death leaped on the beautiful wild deer as it drank. The tiger was coming with a motive. He was coming to kill the deer, to eat it. Yes, slowly, slowly crouching, he crept out of the jungle. The deer, what was the deer doing at that time? Peacefully, without knowing anything, was drinking water from the pond. Unsuspecting, obviously, she did not know what is going to happen at that point. From the great pool in the forest, coolness and shadow. The forest is a cool place, and the deer was drinking water peacefully there, and it fell. First the tiger jumped on her. It fell and torn, died, remembering its mate, left soul in the deep woodland. What did it do? The tiger came in, killed her, torn her, and then started eating her. The last thought that came to her mind was about her soulmate, about her partner, what he must be doing, where he must be, what will he be doing without me. Everything, all those thoughts were coming in her mind. He was destroyed, the mild, harmless beauty by the strong, cruel beauty in nature. So, in nature, there is nothing in our control. What is happening will happen. The tigers eat the small animals. That's what that happens. So, the wild beauty, right, of the strong, cruel beauty in nature harms the mild beauty who can't do anything about that. but a day may yet come when the tiger crouches and leaps no more in dangerous heart of the forest. The poet here says that maybe there must be one time will come when the tiger will not crouch and come. Yes, he actually maybe wants to say that the tigers are going extinct. We are not taking care of them. They are going to die soon. There will not be even one tiger left, and then everything will be peaceful. The deer can drink water peacefully. Like how? Have you heard of mammoth? Mammoth is an extinct animal. It doesn't live anymore. It's gone. You can't see even one, only in pictures. As the mammoth shakes no more the plains of Asia. In the plains of Asia, we can't see mammoth anymore. They are extinct. What are extinct animals? Which do not exist anymore. What are endangered animals? Those which are going to be extinct soon. So one of the animals that are going to be extinct soon is tiger. Still then shall the beautiful wild tiger drink from the coolest of great pools in the leaves' shadow. And then there will be a time when aram se, easily the deer will go and drink water in the pool without fear of anything. Correct? So there are two ways of thinking. One, the poet says that the tigers are going to be extinct. Second, he says that after some time, even the right will conquer wrong. Evil will be conquered, isn't it? So that's what the author also wants to say. The mighty perish in their might. That means the strong, powerful, they also will die in their might. Correct? They will die with their own ego and attitude. The slain survive the slayer. That means the low, the mild people will survive the harsh people. That's what the poet ends it with. Okay? Now we'll solve some question answers. What does the poet compare the tiger and the deer to? The poet compares the tiger and the deer to the strong, cruel beauty and the mild, harmless beauty in this poem. Two very different things. Tiger is strong and cruel. Deer is mild and harmless. Question number 2. How does the tiger attack its prey? The tiger attacks its prey by crouching, slouching and creeping silently through the bushes. Remember these three words. Crouching, slouching, crept. Crouching, slouching, crept. Okay, important words. What does the tiger stand for in this poem? What does the author mean by the tiger word? The tiger stands for the strong, cruel beauty in this poem. According to the poet, what does the deer remember at the time of death? When you're at the time of death, you remember someone very close to, right? She remembers the mate or companion at the time of the death. Pick out the words used by the poet to describe the nature of the tiger. How is the tiger? The words used by the poet to describe the nature of the tiger are brilliant, pitiless, strong, mighty and cruel. Okay? According to the poet, what would happen to the mighty and weak in the future? What will happen to them? They may get destroyed in the nature and the weak will survive on the earth. And with this, we finish the poem, The Tiger and the Deer, written by Sri Aurobindo. I hope I have explained everything very easily. Your question answers are solved, glossary is done. Very small chapter but very, very meaningful. I sign out here and I will come back with another chapter, prose or poetry. See you soon. Kashish Chugh signing out.